Carla Bogg at 12786 Sedona Avenue, Warren, Michigan, USA. No, you're not being accused of sex trafficking, and nowhere do I ever say you are being accused of sex trafficking. You are accused and will be arrested and charged by the end of this investigation for political retaliation and intimidation against a protected witness, an international intelligence agent, and a human trafficked hostage and victim of state terrorism in what is now a 33-year international criminal investigation against the United States State Department and CIA-operated Scientology, which began 33 years ago in 1987. Your problems, Carla Bogg, began when you and your two daughters, Charla and Jasmine Flogman, along with paid Scientology gang stalkers, came to my door as complete strangers in July 2020 and banging on my front door, getting me out of bed at 8 a.m. to threaten my life, in which you then stood outside my open bedroom window for 40 minutes while all six of you ran your mouth and went on and on about what you and everybody else in this garbage trash South Warren neighborhood that I am a human trafficked hostage in were going to do to me. And then in August 2020, when you pulled up in front of your house while I was just standing in front of my own house, you jumped out of your truck and you started charging over here, demanding I go in my house, threatening that you were going to get your in-laws and all your people from the Warren PD to retaliate against me, and how you know everybody around here and I am fucked, and you went on and on. Well, that did happen as I set your people of the Warren PD up one by one over the last almost 12 months, while every time they come here, I strip them of the uniforms they come in and send them away wearing the skirts I put them in as the domestic terrorists and the bitches that they are. Now, Carla Bogg, all that shit that you were on a rampage last night about with your Springer gang stalking Sedona crew out here with all these threats against my life, while I just silently sat there quietly on my front porch and just watched you go all off the air, threatening to come rip me off my porch and beat my ass, and all these threats about how you and Paula were talking about how I have to move, I got to go, I'm gonna leave here. No, Carla, I'm not leaving here till the end of this intelligence operation. And when I leave here, I'm leaving here to go live the rest of my life overseas outside of the United States, where with you locked up, you and your gang stalking Springer Sedona Avenue crew are going to all be locked up. Next time you threaten my life, you better start looking up in the sky. I don't know how you've missed all the UN planes, all the Interpol jets, and all the military choppers that are out there for my protection. Carla Bogg, like I told you back in May 2020 when you threatened my life and you threatened to come over here and beat my ass if I didn't get back in my house because you have your own personal problems of jealousy and envy or whatever else, whatever other personal problems people have against a complete stranger that they otherwise know nothing about. I told you then, I don't have to stoop and reduce myself down to idle threats against you. I don't have to threaten you, and I don't have to harm you. That's why I was born with an international military security intelligence detail that has followed me on the ground and above everywhere I go since the day I was born for my own protection. And that's why in the last 3 years that the United States State Department has wasted $60 million trying to kill me to stop me, and an additional $3 million a day to keep me here as a hostage while keeping my 23-year-old daughter hostage as a human trafficked hostage in Mount Clemens, another $3 million a day, while there are almost 500 people dead. That's why I was born with an international security intelligence detail for my own protection. And how they do their job to protect me from threats like you is beyond my power and beyond my control. But what I do know is you are being arrested and charged in this investigation at some point for political retaliation and intimidation against a protected witness, an international intelligence agent, and a human trafficked hostage in this investigation. And that has been set in stone. That has been your fate written in the stars since July 2020, since the day you first came to this door and got me out of bed at 8 a.m. to threaten my life with 5 other people that includes your 2 daughters, Charla and Jasmine. Otherwise, Carla Bogg, I didn't even know you and could have gave less than a fuck who you and your family are. But you have repeatedly, over and over for the last 15 months, been a violent threat to me. And I sat there last night on that porch for about 2 hours while I watched you go all crazy, go off the air in a fit of rage, pointing your finger over here, screaming directly at me what you're going to do to me, while your daughter had to physically pull you in the house twice. Paula knows all of this because me and Paula had a friendly conversation back in the week of July 4th, 2021. And the conversation did not include you because you are an unimportant factor in this whole thing. You are literally nothing to me. So you were not included in that conversation when I told Paula who I was, why I was here, and I gave her my card with the Interpol number on the back to reach the agents who I am working with directly. Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733, and I informed Paula, like I inform everybody, that she is obligated under international and federal law to get in touch with the agents and report the crimes that she does now have knowledge and information of. And failing to report human trafficking and terrorism is an obstruction of justice in our investigation. It is a threat to international and national security. It is a threat to public safety, and it is a threat to human life. And Paula acknowledged that and said, oh, absolutely. And evidently, after last night, how she was out there running her mouth right along with you and the rest of the crew with all these threats that against me. Evidently, none of you have fulfilled that obligation under international and federal law that you are obligated to. Again, we have UN police and Interpol agents stationed in all 50 states of the United States waiting to be dispatched to take citizens' reports. And you must reference Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733 to talk to the investigating agency, which is Interpol. Now, Carla, I will be sitting out on my porch today, quietly minding my own business, as I do most days. And if you can stand out there and you can run your mouth and you can make all your threats against my life with your Springer Sedoni gang stalking crew if you want to, but you are being monitored in real time by satellite surveillance, which you have been being monitored by since July 2020 by my own intelligence detail and the investigating agency for my own protection and as an accused in this investigation. I am Reverend Lisa Renee Salem Payton, family of the General Society of Jesus Christ of the Jesuit Order, with German KSA, Israeli Mossad, and CIA U.S. Naval Intelligence. Carla Bogg, you cannot continue and repeatedly threaten the CIA's life, or the KSA's life, or Israeli Mossad's life, and think you're going to get away with it. Now, while I'll be sitting out there on my porch minding my own business like I always do, and If you think you're bad enough, if you think you got more power than the United States State Department and their $60 million, you will have your opportunity to come over here and put your money where your mouth is and make good on your threats. But just know this, I am more powerful than your United States State Department, and that's the reason why $60 million later and $3 million a day, it's still me running your State Department through batshit crazy white rabbit holes all the way to the ICC and the UN, which is the fall of the United States of America. Have a nice day, Carla.